Welcome to Maybe We Can Help, the podcast where we give our unsolicited advice. Maybe it'll help you, maybe it won't. You be the judge. Today, since the internet is buzzing on Cam Newton's interview with Dr. Bryant, and now the one is resurfacing on with Nick Cannon about Dr. Bryant, we're going to talk about measuring your functionality and measuring your value. Okay? Just come on in and vibe with us today.
She's Tasia.
Oh, hi guys.
Sheena.
I'm Risha. I was looking
That's
around
funny,
too.
right?
I was just like,
That's funny. That is funny.
maybe she think
Hi.
they know us already.
Yeah, if you here now, you should know us. But I'm Tasia.
Welcome.
I'm Sheena.
I'm Risha.
It's okay. It's okay. So,
happens.
well, I'm having vacation brain. Even when I was giving the announcements in church today, I was like, Lord, what is the next announcement? Because I don't know what it is. My brain is not home yet
Still
from
in the
vacation. It's
islands.
still in the Bahamas.
islands.
So forgive me, guys. So sorry about that. But rewind. We're going to be measuring your functionality and your value on today. Whether you're high, you're low, you're in the middle, in between. We're even going to be talking about what defines high value, low
In our
value
opinions.
in our opinions. Don't do too much on us, guys.
Not too much.
All right. Sheena, I'm going to let you start it off.
Okay. With? Where do you want me to start?
Well, let's go through and
Are we measuring ourselves? Are we measuring
let's go
other
through.
Or are
Okay,
what
we're
we
gonna start.
define it
We're gonna
as.
start with let's start with high functioning women, and then we'll go to high functioning men. What is our opinion? Like, what is our definition on those things? So let's start with high functioning women. What is your?
Functioning or value?
No, we're gonna say
Functioning.
functioning, and
Okay.
then we're gonna go to value.
Gotcha,
And what do you think
gotcha.
about those two things?
Okay,
Short, sweet,
my
simple.
opinion of a high functioning woman or man really is someone with a high EQ. That's someone with emotional intelligence. They're able to manage their own emotions and the emotions of others, be understanding and open.
That's good.
I would agree. A high functioning person, they're able to do exactly what you just said. I'm gonna stop there because
that's what we doing.
because I have more. No, I have more, but I think it goes along with high value. But I'm gonna
Okay.
add some things into that. So I'm gonna agree with Sheena for right now, and I'll go to you.
Oh, I mean, I definitely agree too.
Okay,
But
okay.
of course, it's like, like she said, being able to articulate your words like really means a lot for like a person that, and then like being able to have self control, because a lot of people have I say what I want, I do what I want, but it's not always good, for you. Like if we always go off how we feel, you're not going to be in the best position that as an adult and to be a high valued type of functioning person.
Since you said that, I think there are children running around in adult bodies, and I think that's what makes you low value. Sorry,
Low
low functioning.
Yes.
Like when you have not completely did the
child
work.
that didn't grow up on the
Yeah,
inside.
you didn't do the work that
It takes
it
to
takes
become an adult, right?
Yeah, because that's all they be doing. They just be throwing temper tantrums.
emotionally, right?
That's all that happens, that you go off on somebody or you're mistreating somebody. That's what we did in pre-K. That's what we did in first grade. Those things should not make it out of high school. So I think that's what your functionings. Since we're already on you, let's go ahead and do
Why you
the
doing like an interview? Since we're already on you,
let's go ahead and do the
Value?
value now. High value.
how
high,
value
low, whatever you wanna
men
do.
and women.
Yes.
Of course, I feel like having financial literacy is like really top tier, because it's one thing to have the money, but when you don't let the money have you and you're actually able to build and actually, create a legacy, that's amazing to have. And I feel like it's super valuable as a human to have that. As far as other values that make you high value, just being able to adjust, do as the Romans do, but still stay true to yourself. I feel like that makes you a valuable person, because nobody can be you like you. So when you're able to adjust but still fill the room with who you are, that's amazing. That's valuable. It's like, who can do that? Not many people. They probably could, but if they tried, I don't know.
I love what you said about just because you have money, you don't always know what to do with it. Like knowing where to put investments, how to maneuver certain things, how to save for your 401k.
Save
These
just hurt
things
my
are
spirit.
You don't know how to save.
It's just I ain't got it yet. I'm learning, but I'm working.
So do
on
you
it.
expect that from your partner though?
I do, because I might need help learning how to do
Okay,
it more.
so
I
you
mean, where
don't-
I'm weak,
so-
you be strong. Whatever the Bible said in that area, I don't know. Perfectly by that time that comes, it'll be like, up there a little bit more, but go.
Okay. But we can talk about that because I'm a good saver. But high, where we at? Value?
High value.
So I am a little different with high functioning and high value. That's why I say I'm gonna wait on my opinion, because I personally think me is all in one. In my mind, you aren't high value because of the dollar sign or the job that you have or the money that you make. You are high value to me when you are a whole 360. Like, you not got it together, because we all are always a work in progress. So add that in the box. You're always a work in progress, and you
Kind-hearted
recognize
human.
that. But you are working towards your goals. Of course, you have to have a good job, and stability is a high value thing to me, emotionally, spiritually, financially, all of those things. I feel like Elise, all of those things to me make you high value, because you're not missing in one area. You're not, just because you have money, okay, but you don't have the emotional intelligence. To me, that doesn't make you high value. To me, it's a balance in every area. Even if one is a little low, you're still working to make that one better and greater. So to me, you are high value when you are balanced or working towards balance in each and every area, not just the dollar sign. So a millionaire can come to me and be like, I'm a high functioning man. Be like, oh, no, you're not, because you just cussed her out a while ago. Because, you know what I'm saying, you don't got the emotional intelligence to do that. So
that is the value.
That's high value to me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. High value to me is an individual that can bring to me what I didn't have.
So what's saving over her? With
I
her?
do that.
Saving?
Like she's saying, like an example for me,
Yeah.
a man that can know how to save,
Because she don't know how to
would help
save.
me. Like
Yes.
in your case, if somebody can teach you something
Yes.
that
That
you
you don't
didn't
have.
know,
If you
that
can-
looks
yeah.
like high value to you.
Absolutely. If you can bring me, for me, if you can teach me how to take my business to the next level, if you can, and honestly, I guess because of who I am and what I kind of embody as an individual, you'd have to have a certain level of success in order to be valuable to me, because I'm trying to get to a certain level of success, and you have to have crossed that boundary in order to show me. So I guess that would go into the same category of somebody with a lot of financial stability. However, they're not valuable just because of that. They're valuable because that is what I need at this minute. If that makes sense. So if I was in need of a bread basket and you brought that to me, you just brought value to me, if that makes sense. So yeah, to me, a high value man is the man that comes in with what I need.
Okay, women. What about a high value woman? A high value, or however y'all want to call it.
I kind of
Because
basically.
it's the same for me.
Yeah, but it's about basically the same. Like when a woman is high value, she carries herself a certain way. She has confidence. She's not cockiness, always humble type of thing, willing to help anybody.
So what is the your opinion on high value women?
I feel like to me it's still the same as a man, but it's because it's a different way. It's like a feminine way of walking in complete femininity of who you are, confident, not cocky, of course, always humble. Just being a kind-hearted, giving individual, like I feel like, and not allowing this world to turn you cold. Like that gives you so much value, because everybody's waxing cold. A lot of people, I ain't gonna say everybody, but a lot of people are waxing cold, and when you have a warm heart, you'll touch so many lives just by, and that adds value to me as a woman, because you're nurturing, and you'll nurture anything back to life, whether in any way, whether it be financially, whether it be medically, physically, emotionally, like you'll nurse it back to health. So
I agree. High value woman. We at value. High value woman is someone that knows how to multiply. We all know,
Yes.
someone who can,
Say so.
a man or your significant other gives you something and you can multiply it. I'm great at money and saving and things like that. Aaron knows that. Thank you. And so what he gives me, I do my best to multiply, make it greater, bigger. I run my own business. So what I do my best in is what I lay my hands on is to multiply it to make it better. So that's what a high value woman is, like you said, staying in femininity, which can be challenging a little bit for me, but I'm walking in it a little bit more these days. You know what I'm saying? Easy coasting. I feel like the more you learn to trust in the Lord, the easier it is to lay in your femininity. You just be like, my God got that. I don't got to worry about that. You be real relaxed. You ain't bucking up or nothing like that. And this might be a weird attribute, but soft spoken. I don't feel like you have to fuss, yell, or anything like that to get your point across. It's a grace that a high value woman has to me. Something about her that when she walks in the room, for some reason, she isn't loud, but somehow she commands attention just by, I don't know. It's
just walking.
Yes,
walk.
I mean, it's just
Existing.
something about her. It's something graceful about her. So that's, to me, is high value.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that statement. To me, it's the same thing as what I said about a man. And for me, when I'm, as I work on my value and continuing to up the price, basically I have learned to operate. And when the people that I'm around, my circle, I try to figure out, okay, what need can I feel? And I think that whenever you go and you feel a need, then you've brought value to someone else's life. And so yeah, that's definitely what value is to me.
Now let's go down to the low valley. No,
Get low.
Let's talk about the low functioning and low value people who can still come up. It's always a chance. As long as God is giving you breath in your body, it's always a chance to give, be greater. So don't be offended by what we are going to say. It's
just our opinion.
It's just our opinion, guys.
Yeah.
Don't get your panties in a bunch. That's why we're here to help you. So let's talk about it.
Or maybe we can.
One thing I want to say though, I feel like low functioning individuals, just like high functioning individuals or high value individuals, create those people behind them. Like, so if you have children, attract. Oh yeah,
and then they birth them.
Attract and create those people. So if you are low function, I feel like you're going to attract that, and also create that. Like, you are. It's almost like what I said. What a high value woman multiplies. It's almost like a low value woman or man subtracts. It's like a math equation.
That's a fact.
So they take even though the child or other person doesn't have much to give because they're already low functioning. They take the little bit that they have and they're almost left with nothing. So that's why it's hard a lot of times for people when they become adults to become high value and high functioning because they're adults
all they
starting
know how to do is subtract.
they know how to do is subtract.
The visual I got is like, say you have blocks, like we were all made of blocks or something, right? And like you're taking a block out of somebody else, like as being a low functioning person, like you taking blocks out of somebody else just to build your own block tower up, but they are left with low blocks or little to none because you're so busy trying to build your own vibration up or your own function up by pulling from somebody else. And that'll never work because they're going to run empty. What are you going to pull from now?
Or you're taking that block and you're throwing it away because you ain't receiving it either.
That could be true. That's just like
that part.
That's why it's not good to pull from people. Like, I mean, it's okay to lean on people, but there's a difference when you're using to just take at that low.
For that example, I would say this. If you do take someone else's energy or blocks to build your own tower, that tower, when you're done, is not going to look like you. So when you're standing at the top of it and you've got all these blocks and you've built it, it's still not stable because you didn't build it out of who you were. So you got a little bit of this person, a little bit of that. You're all over the place.
There's no
and so you're very emotionally, you're not stable because this is not you. and you know that, you know. So it's yeah, it's not, that's not what you want to do. It's not worth it.
What
But yeah.
happens to those people, or let's focus on children. What happens to those children who come from low functioning or low value people?
They shoot up schools. They bully people. They cyberbully. No, this is for real. Like
They learn how to subtract from others.
they
All the things that
got loose screws.
yes, all the
They
things
throw
that people do
tantrum.
to subtract from someone else, you can't add value to people's life. You find ways to create drama, to create imbalance. Everything could be going just fine, and you find a reason to be angry, to be
That's
upset
true.
in every situation. And even if things aren't going your way, it's another thing, you know what I'm saying, that you can subtract. It's a constant subtracting, and you find a way to subtract. And if somebody's trying to add to you, it's hard to receive it, because it's like, I don't know where to put something to add. That doesn't make sense to me. Because why are you trying to not subtract from me? I don't understand that. So you try to add to them. Here, take a block, and let's start building this over here. And they're like, no.
What's wrong with this block?
I don't want
Why
it.
did you give me this block?
Right. Because they don't understand adding. And even when they start building theirs, they kick it over out of frustration and out of
Sabotage.
self-sabotage, not understanding how to build something. And so, people who are high value, when they mix with people who are low value, a lot of times, unless they're willing and they want to come up, a lot of times, either that high value person, you're either going to have to let that situation go if they're not trying to build, or you're going to end up not getting anywhere, because you're taking away and you're putting it over here. They don't know what to do with it, so they kick it over. And then you take another one and say, okay, you didn't do good with that one. Let's give you this one. Let's see if this can work for you. And then they take it and they build it, and for a little bit, and y'all are working together. And then next thing you know, pow, they kick it over. And it's just like, okay, all right, well, that didn't work. Let's start again. And you end up in a cycle of trying to build. But when somebody of low functioning, because I think we've all been there, is ready to change that, then you end up, I'm trying to tell you, those same people that are low functioning, they become so determined. When that light bulb switches on, you end up with a whole castle. Because that was me. I did start off as a low functioning individual because of all the negativity that was around me. But now, if you can give me a grain of sand, and we gonna build this, okay? Period.
It'll be a whole castle with a moat.
Listen,
You don't even know.
Yes, that's it. Because they get tired of those cycles, eventually, and when they do, it's over, because they coming through.
I realized that I'm putting work in when Harmony had an issue with her older cousin, and she said, "You know what?" She said, just like this, "You're being mean to me, but I love you." And I was like,
I remember that. She just said it.
I was just
Man.
like, that is so nice.
High functioning. That is so high
She
functioning.
let her know, okay,
I don't like what you're doing.
I don't like what you're doing.
You're being mean to me.
You're being mean to
Right.
me, but I still love you.
That's it.
That
Yeah.
that
That's
ain't gonna
beautiful.
change. I said,
That's
4 years
beautiful.
old.
she's 4, and I was like, oh, thank you, Lord.
And that comes from your work.
Thank you, Lord, putting that work in. It
That's
definitely
it.
you'll see seeds planted in the people around you
Mhm.
if you're doing the work properly.
Yes,
If you have
absolutely.
good
Your
people
children.
around
You'll see a garden, and that's what.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth the work.
So, Risha has showed us a post about what was it?
Those little girls in uniforms, but they had
Yeah.
lashes.
They were in middle
freckles.
school,
Oh,
right?
that was in middle school.
I think. I
Yeah,
don't
middle
know.
school.
Oh,
I don't know what
wow.
that thing. I don't remember.
I
what
saw
the
that post.
was
They were
like.
in
Makes it even
uniform,
worse.
Mhm.
and they all had like wigs, weaves,
Weaves,
lashes, nails,
everything.
all of that stuff.
Whole 20-inch bust down type thing. Like,
Do you
Right.
think, we don't know these people, so we can only speculate, guys.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, do you think they came from a low functioning home?
I think that when you are from a low functioning home, one of the signs is giving your children too much too soon. And that's because you didn't have access to a lot. Because a lot of times when you see people who have had a lot their whole life, they try to hold back from their kids so that they don't grow up spoiled and unappreciative.
that part.
They've learned how to gradually give, even though they have it to give. And a lot of times you see rich men and women, they're walking around in Walmart and Target clothes, but when you have
Facts.
low functioning people, they are the ones trying to spend $1,000 on their look alone, which keeps them broke. Because if you don't have $60 million, why are you spending $1,000 willy-nilly just to prove what exactly? And it's proving the wrong point. And then those children have an expectation, and a lot of times the little girls that grow up receiving all of that very young, they want to keep that lifestyle, and instead of working for it, they're so used to receiving it and getting it that they go look for a man to provide that lifestyle. And they are low functioning individuals most of the time, not all the time, but a lot of times they are low functioning. That doesn't mean they're low value. It just means that they have a mentality to be served and taken care of, without learning what it is they bring to add value.
That's not gonna make them low value if they low already like that.
You can be a high value and low functioning. So let's say,
but if they're low functioning already, how can they still be high value?
With her, remember what her opinion. My opinion was you can't, but her opinion was you can.
Well,
but in the circumstances of saying that the little girl grow up and she's still gonna be like wanting more of that, that's gonna devalue her, even if she's functioning low, because that's gonna devalue her, because now she's gonna look for it in men, and men are gonna take advantage of her, which therefore definitely takes away her value.
True. Well, I'll say this, because, and I do disagree with what you said, because in my opinion, it was you bring value. Whatever your value is what
that's
what you
said. Okay.
But I'll say I should have switched it to the world's
point of
opinion,
view,
right? Because my opinion was based on a podcast that I personally watched, and they were saying that high value people are people who have money or come from money, or can have access to money, and that, but they don't have to necessarily be low functioning, meaning or they can be low functioning, meaning their emotional intelligence. How emotionally intelligent are they? But so in the opinion that I had, yes, that would make her low value. But basically, according to the world's view, like let's say her parents have money, so she always has access to money, but she wants to be out on her own, so now she's looking for a man that can provide that same lifestyle. I guess that's what I'm saying. Which, in my opinion, would make her a low value, low functioning individual. But according to the world, she has access to money,
so she's high
value, low functioning.
Mm-hmm. So which would y'all, according to the world, which would y'all want for yourselves and your children?
They need to be both.
I want to be high value, and
high value, high function.
Personally, I would like.
And my opinion is, well, I told y'all it's one bubble for me, one bubble.
Right.
So you can't be, in my eyes, you can't be high value if you ain't high functioning.
Right. We should have made that clear from the beginning.
So
this is our opinions versus the world view. Okay. The world view is just, if you are high value if you have money.
Yes.
But our opinions of what a high value person is
are individual.
Correct.
Right. We don't want y'all to, they said this. No.
Just our opinions. Maybe it will help you,
because
maybe it won't.
On the interview that Dr. Bryant did with Cam Newton, he's a high value man, but he's also a low functioning man according to her definition. Like he has money, he has stuff like this, but he's also creating broken homes. So that's what makes
I saw
him
that one. Yep.
So that's what's making him low functioning.
functioning.
But he has money, so he's high value.
And I
But
could
in my
agree to
mind,
that.
he
Is
me-
low functioning and
low
low value.
because you can't be around here making millions and billions of dollars if you're creating 17 different broken homes. In my mind, you are low value. That's
That
just
part.
me. That's
Because
just
what
me.
value are you bringing to me if you give me a baby, break up the home, and then I'm sharing you? You got to figure out which birthday party you coming to.
Which,
you got to
yes.
figure out all of this,
Yeah.
the different things.
17.
No, he has 8.
Oh,
I think he has 8.
17.
But by different women, so
But by
it's just
3
like
different women.
Yeah, that's
if
three.
and he was creating the argument that he's a great dad, but it is. I'm not gonna say impossible, but I'll say nearly impossible to properly father 8 children in different households and be fully functional for all 8.
I'm going to bring up this. A lady on TikTok, I wish I had her thing, but I don't have it. But if you come across the video, yes, she said it first. And I agree with some of her points. So she says the bar is set so low for men that all they have to do is provide money to be a good father. And a woman has to do 5, 6, 7, 8 different things.
Nurturing,
You know, a whole bunch of
read
other
to
things. Like the
them,
bar
write
is
the
set
book.
so low for them to be deemed. That's why they're not saying, I don't know anything about his fatherhood, so I can't talk about that, what he's doing for his children. But all men were in the comments saying, y'all don't know he's a good dad. He's providing money. They're going to great schools and all of that stuff, but we don't know their mental. Like we don't know what's going on
From
because
having
daddy
a
has
lack
to
of
go
him.
over to somebody else's house for Christmas today. He can only spend 2 hours with us. He has to go to our cousin's house. I don't know again what's happening to him. So she was saying basically the bar is set so low for a man to be a good father. All he has to do is provide money, and they deem him a good dad because of just money. So what do y'all think about that?
I agree because
Definitely.
you even hear dads. I mean, we went to a comedy show not long ago, and we saw Marlon Wayans, and he was talking about how great of a father he is and everything like that. But he talked mostly about his financial support, and he did talk about being there for his daughter during her transition, and even how he had his whole breakdown through it and the different things we have because it affected him mentally for his expectation of having a daughter through her transition. He says that he's now supporting her, but again,
At first he wasn't.
yes. And it's that emotional support is what children need the most, guidance and different things of that sort. So yeah, I mean, I agree. It's got to be more than
Just
that.
a dollar.
Even
It's
the baby
definitely just
mamas
a
be
more.
like, I need more money. Give me my money.
Right, I think that's a dynamic that just keeps the man around because there's so many broken homes. It just keeps that man that much more into the life of the baby mama too. Because some people really don't care, but because women have used money over their heads for so many years to enslave these men, take them to prison for child support, so many things. It's like that's the big thing, like and it's a low standard for them, but it's like that's what they know they can use.
I think that needs to be changed too, where men get sent to prison for child support. Now, come with me here. Come with me. I'm not saying they shouldn't be reprimanded because you should take care of your due diligence. But when you send that man to prison for 2-3 years or how long it is, the child is unsupported regardless. So you're not getting child support. The daddy ain't in the life. What positive did that come out of? Like what
bitter baby mama action?
What was the good thing that came out of it? Instead, maybe the court should set up counseling and get that father and child dynamic going to get help. Maybe he ain't mentally there.
Get a job.
And maybe he ain't mentally there yet, or like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he needs help and guidance. Instead of locking him up, taking him away from society, taking him away from children, let's try to get him help. That's the same thing to me that they would do to women back when they struggle with crack. Like they would go to the clinics and try to get help. Hey, I'm on drugs and stuff like that. Blase, and then send them to jail. Like, this lady came to you for help. Not saying the men are coming to you for help, because I don't know people's situation, but I don't think it does them good to just completely take them from the home.
That's
I
some
think there
low
could be
functioning stuff.
different ways we can get positive reinforcements out of this situation.
But how?
How what are you asking?
Because if you're saying, are you saying not to put them on child support?
No,
not
no,
to
no, no.
Send them to jail.
Don't send them
for
to
it.
jail.
Correct. I'm
You're,
saying
you're
give
talking about the
them
court system.
the court system, and like, I think, okay, a man is not paying their money. I think the court system could intervene in different family court, there's a thing, right? They could intervene in different ways than just sending him to jail, because you're not getting the outcome that you want either way. If you send him to jail, he's not going to pay
He
child
can't
support.
work, so he can't pay child support
If
now.
you leave him out, he's still not paying child support. Like, it's a lose-lose. And I'm saying there should be systems in place, or companies, programs in place, that instead of sending them to jail or letting them be free without paying child support, it should be systems in place to, one, help them to pay child support, two, to help him get counseling to be a better father, and things that can have a positive outcome other than you just going to jail because you're still not getting child support. Like,
And you gotta struggle when you get out.
It's a
find
lose-lose
one.
when you just send them to jail.
But the thing
And by the way,
is-
this is Aaron in the background. He had to chime in. Go ahead.
The thing is, you're talking about women that deal with guys that have jobs and they're not on child support and they don't want to provide at all.
And I think that's the
They
problem
should
as well.
be in child, and
Okay.
they should be on child support.
So with those guys, let's say, okay, they are on child support, but they say forget their jobs and they do under the table stuff. What's gonna cause them to pay for their child?
Child support.
Not if they're doing it under the table.
they can't
Are
do
you
it
talking
down
about
the
if
table,
the
yeah.
person,
Okay.
the guy is working under the table?
Yeah.
Oh, then he.
You have no way to get child support.
Then I
from
do
him.
believe
and
so.
if he don't want to give you child support,
Then I believe
You have no
legal
way.
action should
Right.
be.
so then
Again-
what do you do?
But I
Then-
feel like that should be the last resort of putting somebody in jail.
I do believe it's circumstantial.
But jail
Right.
is the last resort.
Not usually.
Not always.
It always is the last resort.
Not usually.
It is.
Not usually.
You want to know why?
Were you been on child support before,
if you
Eric?
got a guy, no, never.
I know.
Thank God.
This is
but,
the way you saying it. Like you want to
passionate
know
about that
why?
No, my point is,
Well, one of
like,
your
if you
friends
got a
got
guy,
locked
he
up,
had
huh?
a child, and it's his child, because it's a whole nother situation when the woman just
It's
told the
questionable.
guy it was his child,
Now it does
and
do,
he
do a
signed
state
the
to
birth
state.
certificate, and then all of a sudden, later on, he figure out it won't his child.
I can now
That's a
that's
whole
that's
different
crazy. Where
ballgame.
I
But
feel
then
like
this
if
one
you on
they-
child support, you automatically should have a blood
DNA
test.
test.
I agree.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
But there's
work
so
just
many
to-
situations that it's not like that.
correct. I
So,
do believe.
I'm
Yeah.
saying, if this woman is taking care of this child,
Mm-hmm.
and that man is off doing his own thing, the first thing is, sure, child support. Let's say he start to get $400-$500 out of his check, and let's say he say, okay, well, I'm about to go sell crack. How you getting that child support?
So
You can't.
You gonna
So,
find his
and-
booger nose?
No, but you can't.
Booger
And so
sugar nose.
what's the last resort?
and
I think it would be circumstantial, but we keep cutting Sheena off, so I'm gonna let Sheena speak.
I agree. I'm sorry,
Okay.
Sheena.
no, it's fine. It's, to me, it is circumstantial, of course. And the court, what I think Tay is saying is that the courts should have a lot more programs in place before we get to jail. Now, of course, if the man is just trying to
Almost like a
trifling.
refusal.
right, refusing to pay child support, he just don't want nothing to do with it. He's doing stuff under the table. He then go to jail, sir. But for those men who they didn't have functional fathers, they don't know what it takes to be a dad. They don't it feels overwhelming to them. To I am not a father, obviously. I am a mother, but there are certain aspects to being a mom that I can sometimes become overwhelmed with, especially as my kids got older. My mother I've had to share my mom with many, many other people because she's a pastor. She's a great pastor. Being a great pastor means being there for a lot of different people. And so when it came to certain aspects of my teenage life, my mom could not be present for everyone and me. But when she was still an excellent mom. However, it was certain things that I was like, I don't even know how this works because I don't remember my mom doing it. How do I navigate this? And so it would be great to have help or somewhere I knew I could go to receive counseling on this matter. And so what we're saying is that maybe there are men that have a similar circumstance. I don't even know how to function in this area. I don't even know where to start. And there should be programs to help guide them into being a better father.
Because everybody that's in jail for child support ain't a bad dad. You can't say 100% of them are bad dads. Some of them may have lost a job. Now, I'm not saying.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but every person that's in jail for child support is because they are in the arrears. That means
They're in the rears.
Behind in their
they're in the
support.
arrears.
Oh, okay.
That means they knew they owed child support,
For a long time, huh?
and every job they went to, they didn't report nothing.
Why they don't be taking it out their check though? If they actually do be doing a job?
They do
So they
in
do.
certain situations, but in order to take it out your check,
You gotta know.
the actual business owner has to agree to that. They can't just make the business owner take it out their check.
Oh, okay.
They have to agree to
Not
that.
degree.
You know, as
Whatever.
we sitting here, I'm kind of thinking about what you said, Risha.
What?
You know somebody on child support? Because you know a lot about child support. And you
I said one
are
of his
married
buddies got
with
locked
one
up.
child.
Tay,
So
He has a
Yeah.
lot of friends.
Tay,
I'm just saying, we're going to talk.
calm that down because you already know what it is. Anyway, I don't have child support. We know that. But when you have a man, like when you're in arrears, and let's say
I said the rears.
that's
huh?
not a terminology for child support. That's
don't
just
know.
a
I'm just
terminology.
talking.
That's just
Just chatting.
anyway.
Just keep your
Chat.
mouth in the mic.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
No, him.
Right. He all over.
No,
this,
I'm
but
right
he
here.
loud enough.
No, you doing it.
I was doing this, but I'm still right here. Anyway,
Yeah.
That's funny.
you're funny, yo. Also, side note, you ain't the one to tell me that, cause you the number one person that do that stuff.
Well,
But
I can't
anyway.
see me. I see you.
Okay, whatever. I got you. Anyway, when you have a guy that's in arrears, you know what I'm saying? He's got back child support for years. Why? Why does he have back child support?
Do you think it's all because they just didn't want to pay it, or some could be they didn't have it?
That
Here's
could
the
be-
thing.
Mhm.
It don't matter what you got.
Yes, it
You
do.
had that kid.
Oh,
That's your responsibility. Hold on, because look at you, Sheena. You got these
Look at
kids.
y'all. He stopped with Risha.
You got these kids.
True.
It's the guy's responsibility to provide something.
Yeah, I don't have that, but I
No,
do-
that's not where I was going.
Oh.
I'm saying in general, like women. Okay, you as a guy, you cannot just let the woman provide full force for that child,
low functioning
and
men
you not do nothing. I'm sorry. I look. Folks might get
basically-
mad at me, but
basically-
I don't care. You cannot let that woman do it by herself. Even if you're not in that woman's life, you have to provide something.
I agree.
And
Want
if
that
the
money.
courts get involved because you ain't been providing nothing for 5 years, go to jail.
Okay, so also
Go to jail.
what
I'm
about-
sorry. There's no way that a man cannot provide for that child because
can
that is the
understand
system
circumstances
that
like
God
that.
set up.
there
A
are
man
there
is
are-
supposed to provide.
Why you got yeah?
There are certain
Am I,
circumstances.
am
that
I yelling?
A man is supposed to provide. It's
Okay.
passion, brother.
It's
That's
just
good though.
passion.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe it's passion,
That's
but
passion.
it's annoying to
No,
me
that's
because I'm like,
good.
bro, there's no way. God forbid me and Tay ever not get together. We ever get a
That
would
would
or
never
anything
happen.
like that.
Words, yeah.
Harmony. What? we gonna have 50-50.
Put it like this though.
Number one, it ain't gonna be no child support. Me and Harmony gonna have our 4 or 5 days, and you'll have your 4 or 5 days. It ain't gonna be no 50-50.
However, that is a father who loves and takes interest in that child. You're talking about men who sleep with random women and she get pregnant and they have no connection. They don't feel that connection. You
and then they worse then. Because there's no remorse.
Right. No, you're right.
There's no remorse then.
But I'm stating that only because you're coming from a place of passion for your own child. When every man, it's men that look at their child and know that's their child, look just like them, but I don't have no connection to this child. I wasn't there when you were born. I might have been there.
And they trash.
You ever seen that meme of that baby staring at his daddy in the corner of his eye and rolling his eyes at him when he's strolling?
I tell Aaron a lot. I be like, Aaron, you in a different caliber of type of man. Like most men, I'm not gonna say most because they hiding. The good ones is hiding. I'm pretty sure y'all under a rock somewhere.
Stay hidden until I find you, baby. There's these women is crazy.
There is a majority of men, because Aaron, you will be in the minority of men if you're being honest. The majority of men don't have that same mentality. That's why they are in jail. That's why they are on child support and
because
things like
their
that.
daddy was in jail and their daddy was on child support.
I understand
but then that's
that.
understandable though. Then that goes back on the fact that the jail thing, because I didn't know it was like last resort.
I didn't know that either.
I thought it was type thing that they just put him in.
No, it is
him in jail.
It is. It
like the
still
woman pushes the issue or something.
Yeah, I thought it was.
No, you have to be like in back child support.
Yeah, back child support.
Yeah, I should have figured.
It ain't like
that's
the number one. No, you have to be in back child
support.
Jail. My daddy paid that.
I
think
my dad
support.
did go to jail for child support before, but he started paying on it, and then I had a card thingy.
My daddy.
And so look, I'm sorry guys.
Skip a beat.
I'm with child support. You had that baby.
But also,
hold on. Before you go there, Tay, I will say there are women that be on some other stuff, and they just want to live off child support, and that's some mess.
And if you go to court, because I know somebody who did this, if you go to court and you get 50-50 custody, they can't do that. They can't be like, okay, I have him 50% of the time, so I'm not paying you no money.
Facts.
So if you go now, it can still cost you, but it's less than in the long run. Because if you get a lawyer, $5,000 something, $10, I don't know how much a lawyer costs. And you go to family court, and you
pay
get
for
your
lawyers on the firm.
I'm pretty sure you can. Go get you a Klarna and get you a lawyer and get back half of that custody, half and half.
Message.
Because if you have 50% of custody or a certain percentage, depending upon state to state, I don't know every state, they can't charge you child support because you have your child majority of the time, just like the mother does.
And the actual smart guy, if he loves his child, will actually get 50% of custody. But it's not just because of the child support. It's because you want your child.
It's because you want your child.
Like, or at least that's what it should be. Because if you just don't want child support and you just doing it because you don't want to pay this other person this amount of money, your child is being neglected when they're with you.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
And that creates
more
low
functioning individuals.
Right. I mean, I had a circumstance where, you ask for money. Hey, I need this or that. Oh my God! Why don't you just give them to me? Why don't you just let me take care of them? Let me have them. Why?
Yeah, like it's so
just
easy.
so you don't have to give
money,
anything to me. Yeah,
that is detrimental to the child.
It is
because
the children don't hear that conversation.
Oh, they never should.
Right.
They never should.
Right.
But that's detrimental to the child, because if you only want the child because you don't want to spend no money, you don't see the child now. When you get the child, what the heck gonna happen?
Lock him in the house and leave him there.
You ain't gonna see the child then.
You're not used to having.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, just pay the money. If it comes out your check, just give the money. Give them my money.
I feel like even if a mother does not put you on child support,
you still need to.
You still should be giving.
Absolutely.
You should be giving to that child on a constant.
I agree,
Real quick though. So y'all think if a man ain't got a job or he like kind of like very low, like he working a lower paying job, so he doesn't have enough, maybe he gets like $100 in child support, but if he's giving his time and energy when he ain't at work, that still should suffice. She shouldn't go and get more
I 100% agree.
If he doing all he can and showing up.
Yeah, that's all he can do, then
That's all he
fine.
can do.
As long as he's in
Showing
that
up.
child's life.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
But if you can't, then
Give me my
Give me my
money.
money.
Well, not
Give
my
me
money,
my
but
money.
Give them their money. I don't need your money.
I don't
Give it
need
to
it.
them.
Don't
Make sure
need your
they are
money.
good. Make sure they are taken. Now I do know that there are baby mamas that go and they go get their hair done, they go get their nails done, they do all the stuff like that, and they're
Trifling.
not giving it to the child. And I don't think that should ever happen.
Ever.
No.
I don't think that should
Child
ever
support
happen.
is not
but-
adult support.
Right, because it is for the child.
Go
You
get your
should
daddy.
be. However, I think that men a lot of times use that as an excuse to not give anything. Oh, she's doing this with it. You don't know what she's doing with it. You see her with her hair and stuff done, but you don't know.
My mama,
Unless she don't have a job or she
my
doesn't
mama
have
used to pay
anything.
rent and give me like a sort, like a not
A
all
little-
the rent, but yeah, she
yeah,
used to
yeah,
give
a
me
little bit
a
of
portion.
it.
When I got older, she used to give me a portion of it, and with all my needs, lights, all of that stuff, it went
Got
towards
your nails
that.
done with
Yeah,
it.
stuff like that. So it did go to me.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't have an
ain't getting
issue
that but a little
with
bit.
a woman taking child support and paying rent, paying lights.
Because that's a
'Cause
part of
it's
the support of the
beneficial to the
child.
child.
The support. I don't. Now, if they going out and they getting their nails done and all that stuff like that, then you trash. You are trash.
Trash.
Because
Bog
that is
water.
not what child support is
But you
for.
don't have to be trash.
You don't have to be.
Maybe we can help you.
Maybe
Come
we
sit
can.
down. We can talk to you.
But that's some low functioning
Individual,
for
right.
y'all. That's some examples.
Right. If
We
you
don't wanna be
walk
that.
around and you look great and your hair's done and your children's hair
Got
is
snotty nose and crusty
nappy,
nose, because that's just
and-
an ashy.
Right.
Y'all, come on now.
right. And the thing is, and that's not a judgment.
Jesus.
It's an observation, so that these parents can just be aware to put more into their child,
And not just their child's look.
right.
Real quick, I know we gotta go. We gotta wrap it up. But I saw a mom cuss at their child, and it just hurt my heart because I was just like,
can't
"Dang,
stand that.
why you fussing at her like that? Like
I
she's just a
can't
kid." She's like, "Why you effing
Stand
crying?" I'm like,
adults that
"You gonna
cuss
make
at
me cry."
infants.
like you, this a kid. Like
Low function.
I saw another TikTok video, and he was like, "Why was we beating kids because they made a mistake and spilled something?" I said, Why do you do that?
You're
It's a
right.
literal mistake. They didn't know they were gonna spill it. Ain't like they did this.
Ain't like them other babies.
I agree, Tay. Because we don't beat Harmony for stuff like that.
We don't. She don't
Like
get
if
beat
she
at all.
spill it, we
a
might
problem.
have to take a deep breath. But we don't beat her for stuff like that. We
I
beat
just be
her we'll pop her. Well, honestly, we don't pop her.
We,
almost
and
ever.
we don't do that. We
But-
really don't.
When I will pop her
Uh-huh.
is if she get like smart
Oh yeah.
or
Smart mouth.
grown or stuff like that. But even then, it's sparingly.
Mm-hmm.
But if she do too much, I tap her. Cause I'm like, no, you're not doing that. But if she makes a mistake, it's like, okay, Harmony, it's okay. Just clean it up. You
I
clean
do
it
have
up
to
your
take a deep
daggone self
breath.
because you made
I'd
that
be
mistake.
like, Lord Jesus.
Oh no, you got to
Yeah,
do
it's
that.
annoying.
ahead.
Yeah.
It is annoying.
Yeah, you can't help what annoys
But
you.
you
Just
that
clean
doesn't
it
deserve
up.
a beating.
It
No,
doesn't.
not at
Unless
all.
they did it on purpose.
Or also don't deserve to be
Right,
cussed
throw 'em a
out.
temper
I just
tantrum.
really my heart be going out to that because sometimes parents, not all parents, people, but some parents be talking to their kids as if they're adults.
Like straight
They
adults.
Know half the stuff that you know.
Right. And then they use this. You know better.
No.
Actually, they don't.
They do not
Did you
know
teach them
better.
better?
Actually, they don't.
Like,
if
do
your
you
child
know
scribbles
better?
on the wall for the first time and you beat them, I think that is
You're
a,
low
you are
functioning
a low
being.
functioning individual.
You're low
because
functioning.
number one,
Shucks.
you have to remember that a child's mind, they just probably started learning to scribble and write on paper. The wall looks like a big piece of paper to
Big piece
them.
of paper.
They don't know.
They
So
have no
basically, if you spank them for that, it creates a mentality in them that mistakes are horrible and bad, and that's when you create adults that don't know how to learn from their mistakes. They wallow and dwell in the mistake
And they
and the
can't
fact
get
that
up.
they did something wrong and they can't get back up because they feel like they deserve a punishment. They feel like, oh, I messed up. Oh, my life is
My
over.
mama
I'm
must have punished me
terrible.
from a lot of mistakes. Cause I sure still struggling, Lord. You just put that together all nice. I was like, that sound like me. Wait a minute. I was really thinking real hard. Like, wait a doggone minute. I did that.
Well, that's not.
I'm sorry.
Okay, y'all. This has been a wonderful conversation. On that note, we're just gonna go ahead.
Pray for me.
March on out of here. This has been another episode of Maybe We Can Help. Please like and subscribe. Share with your family and friends. I am Tasia.
I'm Sheena.
I'm Risha.
Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.